want to share your research quickly, get feedback, and boost visibility before journal publication? Well, that's where preprints come in. In this video, we'll walk through the steps in posting your first preprint. First, you must prepare your manuscript. Just like a journal submission, your preprint should include all of the essentials: data, methods, authorship, and clear writing. Don't forget that preprints are openly accessible, and so you want to ensure that your work is high quality. Don't share work that you are not confident in or is misleading. When preparing your preprint, make sure to include any associated data in repositories. This data should be fair, findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. Including open data helps to establish trust in your work with readers. This also goes for ensuring clear and detailed methods. You also need to make sure that all of your co-authors are on board and agree to posting a preprint. They should agree on when to post and where to post. There are over 50 preprint servers with a life science component, and that's a lot of choice. So how do you choose one out of those 50 servers? Different disciplines have different platforms. Physics and math use arXiv, biology prefers bioRxiv, medicine has medRxiv, and so on. This is one way to choose a preprint server, by focusing on who your audience is. You may also want to consider the differences between preprint servers. If you want the most attention and citation benefits, then for life sciences you should post to bioRxiv or medRxiv. If you're based in the Global South or have regional specific work, then consider a more local server or ResearchSquare, which is better integrated with those regions. Some servers will have robust screening, while others really do allow anything to be posted. You also need to consider what you are uploading. For example, bioRxiv does not allow literature reviews. For those and other types of output, we would recommend Zenodo. So you should choose a server that is appropriate for the type of work you have, your audience, and your intentions. You've chosen your server. Great. But when should you upload your work? We've investigated this question, and our preliminary data reveals a clear answer. Most of the attention that a preprint receives after being posted to bioRxiv occurs relatively quickly. Across the lifetime of a preprint, 25% of the total attention occurs within the first month, and 50% within the first 6 months. If we look at attention within 1 year of posting, then within 1 month a preprint has already achieved 50% of its total views, and over 75% by 6 months. Based on this, we recommend posting your preprint around 1 month before journal submission to receive the most benefits from preprinting whilst not delaying your journal submission. There are too many different submission processes to cover here, but they generally follow the same pattern. You upload your manuscript and any associated supplemental data files. You should also make sure to include links to externally hosted data. You may be given the option to pick a license for your preprint. We strongly encourage CC BY. Once submitted, your work will undergo minimal screening depending on the server you choose. If you're posting to bioRxiv, then within 48 hours your preprint should be public. And how's that for speed? So your preprint has gone live. Now comes the fun part of sharing your work with the world. Post your preprint on social media, include it in your CV, and send it to colleagues. You'll often get faster feedback than waiting months for peer review. Most importantly though, get out and celebrate. Sharing your work with the world for the first time is a huge achievement, and you should take a moment to celebrate that with all of the people involved. When you share your work across social media, there are a few things you can do to increase engagement. Once your preprint is live, you should write a social media thread highlighting the key findings. Include images or behind the scenes anecdotes to make it more engaging and personal. You could also tag specific people to make sure that they see what you've done. This could be colleagues or others working on similar topics. And actively engage with others who share your work and enjoy all the attention you now get. Now, data shows that most feedback on preprints is given privately, for example through emails to authors. But you may receive feedback publicly too, and you should try to engage constructively. You can also directly request feedback from services such as pre-review, or submit your preprint to preprint review services like Review Commons or Peer Community In. And remember, preprints are living documents. You can upload revised versions of your work as you improve it or you get feedback. It's best practice to include a statement to describe what changes were made between each version if you do update your work. And posting a preprint doesn't stop you from submitting to a journal. It often strengthens your manuscript before formal peer review, especially if you follow our advice here before you submit to your chosen journal. Collect the attention that your preprint receives. This can be included in your cover letter to journals to highlight the impact your work has had or the interest it has generated. Preprints are one of the best ways to get your research out into the world quickly, openly, and impactfully. So what are you waiting for? Go and post your next output as a preprint and let us know so that we can celebrate with you. If you want to learn more about preprints, then check out Rippling Ideas, an advocacy and consulting organisation led by the world-leading preprint experts with a people and evidence-driven approach that you won't find anywhere else. Head to ripplingideas.org to learn more about preprints and see even more resources. Sign up to our newsletter to keep up to date with our latest efforts and a monthly roundup of relevant news. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button below too.